Hey, welcome to Weld.com. Hi, I'm Mr. TIG, and today's segment is for the newbie. And when I say a newbie, there's a lot of welders out there that learn how to stick weld and MIG weld and other processes, but what does it take to get into TIG welding? So this particular segment is going to show you a very basic, rudimentary, how to get in at a very low cost. Now, we've got companies that are sending us equipment and we're testing it and we're going to share it with you. So today I brought a machine here. It's a 140 amp machine. It's a utility machine. And so if you ever hear the word utility or economy, it's not an industrial machine. Just know what the limitations are. This is something that you can take home, plug it in, and have fun learning to TIG weld. So I want you to know that this little machine here, it's only about 10 pounds. It'll plug into 110 or 220. And that's kind of a neat feature. And I'm going to go through some of the things that came in the package just so you have an understanding how to use them. The good, bad, and the ugly, if you will. So this machine's 10 pounds, lightweight. It is DC only. And what that means to you is you can weld steel, stainless steel, Inconel, 4130 chromoly, anything DC. If you're thinking about welding aluminum, forget it. It's not designed for that. Again, very, very light duty. It's for your garage, shop, or even just small repairs. So I'm going to go through some of the features of it. Again, it's a 110 or 220, and it doesn't matter which one you plug it in. It'll adapt automatically. Now, these are IGBT machines, and what that means to you is it's the updated version of a transistor, if you will. So I want to start. When you get this package, what you have is, it's like a suitcase. So I took the suitcase, I opened it up, and lo and behold, here's the machine. It's complete, almost. So take a look at the machine, and it's already pre-wired for 220. It's got a little adapter that comes with it, and that's a pretty neat little feature. Just plug that in to household current. In fact, we're going to demonstrate it here shortly, but I'm going to plug it into household current. Now, it comes with a TIG torch. The TIG torch is, it's pretty large, pretty cumbersome, but we're going to show you a couple of tricks that you can do to help make it easier for you to weld. Now, I want you to notice that there's a little knob here, and this is what turns on your argon. You got to have argon. We're going to run about 15 CFH of argon, so you got to turn this on. If you don't hear it flowing, the end results are not going to be very good. Okay, now this is your ground. And I'm going to show you where to plug it in. This machine is designed for stick welding and TIG welding. So during the TIG welding mode, and that's what we're going to demonstrate today, this is going to go into the positive or the plus, okay? If you elect to go to stick welding somewhere down the road, then this right here actually goes into the plus. You got some features here. You got a few accessories. What you don't get with this is a tungsten. So we're going to have to pre-grind a tungsten and put it in. We're going to show you how to do that as well. But let's go back to the torch for a minute, because I find this very common in a lot of the import machines. There's no regulator that comes with it, and it comes with this tube here ready to plug into a regulator. So that's kind of a tough deal. We're going to help you package this at the very end, show you how to do it. Okay, then we've got this device here. I think it was supposed to be a chipping hammer, but you know what? Don't need it. And this, I'm not really sure how this is going to help us, because we need both hands. We need a welding helmet that's very safe and shrouds you properly. So, you know what? We're going to get rid of this too. And mostly we have the operating instructions. Yeah, so I go through the safety features here, and they're written up very nicely, but then it starts going into some technical issues, and you know what? We don't read instructions, so I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, I'm going to put all my safety gear on, I'm going to get the machine set up, and I'm going to show you how to lift start. This machine is a lift start, meaning you're going to make contact with the part and lift, and the arc will initiate. So let's get started. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've got the machine all set up, and again, it does not come with a regulator, so we put a regulator, hooked it up, and we're setting it about 15 CFH, that's cubic feet per hour of argon. Now, when I turn this machine on, you need to know that this tungsten goes live if I make contact, so make sure you're not just setting it on the workbench. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. There's not a lot of settings on this machine, so take a look at this digital readout, and I've got the machine set for, I'm going to set it at right around 24, 25 amps. And the reason for that is I'm getting ready to do steel, and this steel, it's only 16 gauge, so it just doesn't require a lot of amps. You know, the rule of thumb is 1 amp per thousandth of thickness material that you're dealing with. So there's your amperage reading. That's what you're going to get out of this torch. You don't have a foot control on this. There's no way of putting a foot control on this. So whatever you touch, and as soon as you touch and lift, you're going to get a live arc. So there's a little art to it. So I'm going to weld at 24 amps. If you'll notice, the torch itself is hooked up to DC negative. So again, I'm only going to do steels, no aluminum. And here's the ground, it's hooked up to the positive, it's hooked up to my workbench. Now just keep in mind that this is where you get your argon, so turn the knob on. If you forget, you're going to trash your tungsten. You want a pointed tungsten, grind it to a point, and stick out as about 1/4 of an inch. So hold this torch very much like a pencil. Make sure you have this part of your hand stable so you can do your scratch start. It's actually called a lift start. And then get a puddle. You don't have to take off welding immediately. Get a puddle and make sure you can see that puddle. Then you start adding filler material. And all we're going to do is a bead on plate just to get you started. Get good at this, and then you can move on. You can do butt welds, lap welds, and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my welding helmet on and demonstrate a bead on plate to you. Okay, I've got a good arc initiation and I can see the puddle. Now that I see the puddle, I can go ahead and add filler material using dab technique. And as I come to the end of the weld, I don't have a foot control, so I do have to add a little extra filler. And I come to the end and pull the torch away. Now when I get to the weld termination, I don't have a foot control, so I can't back off on the amperage, so I just have to pull away. That's the price you pay for a small machine that doesn't have a lot of features on it. But you can see it does a nice job. And again, this machine set up on 110, it's only going to give you about 80 amps. The low end is about 10 amps, so you can just do some pretty fine stuff. If you plug it into 220, you're going to get the full 140 amps. Okay, well let's do a recap. Now this machine is very lightweight. Again, DC negative only. The cost, and we look up the cost in several different sources, and it's about $300. Be careful because shipping is always an added cost. So take a look at that. Again, you don't have a regulator with it, so make sure you get the full package. Anyway, if you need any information, you'll see it on our show notes at the end of this show. So I want to do a shout out to Rex out of Bartlesville, who is one of our viewers that requested this particular machine in this particular show. And he's getting ready to take a class at Bartlesville, Oklahoma. So Rex, thank you for requesting it. Also want to thank all of you viewers for watching us. Thanks for watching TIG Time. I'm Mr. TIG.